Okay, here's my poster for Rickettsia rickettsii, and it causes Rocky Mountain spotted fever. It belongs to the family Rickettsiaceae, and it's been documented since 1920, but it's likely to have been around longer. Now I'm going to start with the transmission, and it comes to humans from ticks, and the ticks originally get it from feeding on small animals, and ticks can transmit the bacteria from mother to offspring, and the offspring can then feed on a host, or the original tick that got it can feed on a human host also, and that's how it's transmitted. Now, for our region, it comes from the American dog tick, but in the Rocky Mountain region, it's the Rocky Mountain wood tick. And this is actually what the female American dog tick looks like, and this is the male. And the male tick looks kind of like the Rocky Mountain wood tick, but the Rocky Mountain tick does not affect as many people. Now, if you look at this diagram here, this shows the breakdown of it. The yellow is the Rocky Mountain area, and that's not affected as much as anywhere else. That's why it's a weird name for this disease, because the disease name does not show where it actually affects. It affects our region mostly. Now, Virginia in 2010 had 147 cases, and that's a big number compared to a lot of the western states. And in the summer, it happens more frequently because people are outside more, and the ticks are out regardless of the weather conditions. Now, for the pathogenesis, this bacterium is gram-negative, and it infects your body through a vector, which is the tick, and it has to go through the tick's saliva, and it has to be transmitted over the course of at least 5 hours. So it takes a while, but some ticks can stay on people for a while, and especially if someone just goes to sleep right after they've been outside. Now, the complicated part of this bacterium is that it lives inside of the cytoplasm in a person's body mostly, and that causes your body to not actually be able to see the disease very easily, and it also causes a harder situation to kill it with antibiotics. They use tetracycline and doxycycline to destroy the disease, and those are more harsher antibiotics, I guess. But this is what the disease actually looks like. It looks kind of like chicken pox, but you get a lot more swelling. You get the same, or not exactly the same, but a similar rash. You can also get vomiting, fever, an eye infection, stomach cramps, and that sort of nature. So it's not a fun disease, but it's less and less fatal. Here shows what the breakdown of the disease is. The blue dotted line is the case fatality rate, and the red line is the incidence rate. The incidence has been documented since 1920, but the case fatalities have been documented since 1940. And since then, it's gone down to basically nothing. This is 2010, and the blue line is basically at 0, and this is on cases of percent. So just let's go conservative and just say 1% of the cases go out of this incidence, out of that incidence rate for that year. But what's surprising is it has peaked in 2010 higher than any other time in history that has been documented, which might be just that we have more people on the planet, or that we're going more into wooded areas as cities get populated.